All right, this is John Krasinski, Pittsburgh Soccer Now. The WPIAL semifinals have wrapped up tonight. We've had the girls, 3A, 2A teams advancing, and then of course tonight the boys. On the boys' side, it was 4A and 1A, and in one of those 4A matchups, we had a dandy. We had Fox Chapel, Eric Ingram's Fox Chapel team. Travel to Peters Township, take on the Section 2 champions. And with me is Bobby Dyer. Bobby, the head coach at Peters. Big win tonight. You guys were down 1-0 and somehow battled back, got a goal late in the second half, and then one in the second overtime. And it was the same player and your top man, Andrew Massucci, with the game winner. So just tell me about what it feels like to get back to the WPIAL Finals.
Yeah, it's been a couple years since we've been there, and one that we took possibly for granted during the runs that we had in the past. We'll be seeking as a program our 10th WPIAL championship. So this year's been exciting after last season and the amount of injuries that we went through and missing the playoffs. Excited to get back to it. Fresh kids. When we started the playoff run, we had 2 kids that had actually played in playoff games, and that's not something that's common for us. So dealing with a little bit of an experienced group here that's been through this, and they've performed admirably in both games, both overtime wins, both coming back from down 1-0 in each games, continually battling and creating chances and working, and eventually getting victories in both games. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and they weren't easy playoff games. I mean, you guys, you had a chance to, maybe even lose in the first round, but, just perseverance, it seems like. But Baldwin pushed you guys pretty good in that first round, and they know you really well. And then heading into this match, Fox Chapel, they beat Upper St. Clair 6-0. So you knew you had your hands full.
Yeah, first of all, Baldwin, that's a 12-day layoff. That's a number 1 seed. That's a team that you beat twice in the regular season, but the last game was a 1-0 win. And they're incredibly athletic and senior-driven, and they absolutely did push us to the brink and able to overcome that. Then you get to tonight, and in the COVID year that we have, all we have is the videotape, right? So we're streaming things. We haven't seen other sections. We haven't been able to play other teams. So you have really no basis to know. And then them beating St. Clair 6-0, that's a fantastic win in the playoffs. We knew we'd be in it for it. Fox Chapel tonight was a absolutely unbelievable team. They, through the midfield, won almost every 50-50 ball in the first half, really pushed us on that side. I think once we scored our goal, we started getting into them a little bit, started winning a little bit more of the midfield, and then creating chances in the run of play. And I felt like we were absolutely rewarded for our effort through the second half and into the overtime. I think they had a couple injuries, and we did, because I truly believe it was one of the more physical games that I've seen in high school soccer in a long time.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm sure there was a certain level of, they were definitely keeping solid from what I saw in the first half, and definitely in the beginning of the second half. It seemed like they were dictating the terms in terms of, like you said, that in the midfield.
100%. 100%.
But your guys, they just keep pushing forward. I saw a lot of that in the Baldwin game too.
Yeah, I think that's something that we preach. It's not over till it's over. We keep going. I think we grow through our section games, and the section continues to push us that way. There's no easy games. Brashear was fantastic this year as a team. And then you got Mount Lebanon, last year's finals. They didn't make the playoffs. Bethel Park's a fantastic team. So through our section, I think we've learned to play every minute of every game and keep working, because you're going to have ups and downs. And I think that's really helping us now, coming out of our section with the title. And I think that there's a belief today. But it took a lot, because Fox Chapel was very, very good, very physical through the midfield. They won a ton of the 50-50 balls. And yet we were still able to forge ahead, create the opportunities, and get the goal in the end.
Yeah, and talk about those 2 goals. The first one, it looked like just a high press, right? I mean, Andrew were just making Fox Chapel's back line look uncomfortable. And somehow I don't know, How did he get that one? I mean, he seems to create goals like that, doesn't he?
He does. I think he benefits too from his team. I think he would tell you that. We do high press. Okay, first of all, if been around high school soccer, you're probably going to know that I'm a high press kind of guy. I want to put the ball in your end. I want to outwork you. I want to try to win that ball in the final third. And Andrew benefits a lot from that. But Andrew also benefits from how hard he works on the defensive side.
Yeah.
When we've been successful as a program, we've had forwards that have worked to set the high line and to high press. It's easier to score a goal when you only have to go 25, 30 yards as opposed to 80 yards. And that's something that Andrew has done very, very well. So he's absolutely reaping benefits from this and scoring goals, but he's working really hard to create those opportunities himself, as well as his team. There's no way that he's doing it himself. He knows that. But yes, that's a part. It's all part of it. I think, you're seeing that in Leeds United. You're seeing a team that sets a high press over in the EPL and how effective it can be. And I think that's something that we have as a belief as a program, is that we want to do that as well.
Well, like you said, you'll be looking at, if you can win on Saturday, that'll be 10 titles for your program. And just, the tradition, the players that have come through before, the Justin Evanses of the world, and, some of the players you've had in the past decade. I mean, just been really impressive. But from what I've seen, you're going to have your hands full on Saturday. I mean, Seneca Valley, it seems like they can just throw numbers and waves at everybody, and they did it again tonight to Norwin. Close game early, close game in the first half, entering the second half, but they just apparently wore down Norwin again. So what are your thoughts on that matchup against Georgia and Seneca Valley?
Well, first of all, it's George, and I know one of his assistant coaches, I think Eric Prex is on those sidelines, who's my college roommate at Pitt, and looking forward to it. First of all, George, I think I just saw he crossed over 300 wins, so that's fantastic, right? I know that he has a title, so he knows what he's doing. He's got that team is very deep, very athletic. They're going to play very disciplined soccer. We just went through a war, so now we have 48 hours to recover. But again, we're lucky. They're 5 goals. They don't carry over. We're still starting off at 0-0, and we'll take our chances. That's it. I mean, I think that if as much as it is nice to get to the finals, it's also nice to be able to play in a finals in a year where you didn't know if you were going to be able to play a game next week based on this pandemic. So the fact that we've been able to persevere, I mean, let's not forget that we missed 9 days of camp because our school was shut down through COVID. So when we played South Fayette in our first scrimmage, we had only had 4 practices at that point. And the kids, and I'm not just saying my team, but that's the only team that I deal with, have really done a really great job at just adapting and overcoming everything that's happened all year, and sticking to the guidelines, wearing your mask and doing all those things, and hopefully we'll be rewarded with a title. But it won't come easy because Seneca Valley is absolutely loaded.
Sure. And have you seen any? I mean, you obviously have the knowledge, but have you seen them play much?
Sure. Yeah. No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt. I have a very, very, very good assistant staff. As good as they have, I have better.
Yeah.
And those guys have all seen them play. So we'll start working tomorrow about getting what we're doing and breaking it down for the kids, and a lot of recovery. We took a couple injuries today, so we'll need to get ourselves healthy for tomorrow.
That's great. All right. Well, Bobby, I appreciate your time. I appreciate just getting a chance to talk to you like this after a game. Enjoy it for a little while, and preparation. I'm sure the next couple of days will be a lot of fun and excitement, and good luck on Saturday. Well, obviously Pittsburgh Soccer Now will have we'll be out there, and we'll definitely be talking to you after the match either way.
No problem. Great. Thank you very much. Anything you need, give me a ring, and thanks for doing this, because this benefits the kids, and anything that we can do to further the high school soccer and then benefits these boys, that's fantastic. Thanks.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate it, Bobby.
You take care. Bye-bye.
All right, we just talked to Coach Bobby Dyer, and now with me is Andrew Massucci. Andrew is the hero from tonight's match, Peters Township, beating Fox Chapel 2-1. It was a pretty physical match. It was back and forth. Fox Chapel controlled tempo, I thought, for the most part of the first half and early second half, but Peters Township just stayed with it. And at the end, Andrew, you came up with a goal at the end, towards the end of the second half, and then one in overtime. First of all, what's it feel like to get to the final?
It feels great, especially scoring the game winner. It feels amazing celebrating with your teammates, and it's going to be a great feeling going out there playing the finals with my teammates.
Yeah, obviously beating Fox Chapel. I mean, just first of all, it seemed like nothing was going your way in the first half. And second half, I mean, you kept pushing, but there weren't a whole lot of shots on goal and opportunities. But what was your mindset throughout that match?
We've been down before. We were down last game in the playoffs, came back and won. Did the same here, and in a tight game like this, you're not going to get that many chances. So you should put away the ones that you get.
Yeah. So what made Fox Chapel so tough tonight?
They're good all around. Their striker was very good. Defense was really good. Everything about their team was good. They're big and physical. They won a lot of everything in the air. It was a tough game.
Yeah, and Coach was talking about how important it was for you to play really both ways and defending as much as you're obviously up the top of the attack, but how important was it to defend tonight and to stay together as a unit against they were pretty dynamic in terms of
Yeah,
possession.
it was huge for our team. Only letting in one goal is huge and helps us win the game. Helps the offense score to help us win. And it was just great all around defense.
So this run, playing this season, it's just been incredibly unique. I've talked to a lot of coaches, but not as many players. From your perspective, what's it been like this season? Just it's such an unusual season, and having to experience it during a pandemic, and I don't even know what your certain school situation is right now. Are you taking classes at school, or how's that working out?
Well, we just got put online today, actually. And yeah, it's been strange with everything that's happening and stuff, but when you're out in the field, it's the exact same as it usually is. So it's all that matters.
And I mean, just getting to that point, you didn't even have really hardly had a preseason. I mean, what was it like when you first got back and saw all your teammates and your friends and stuff like that?
Yeah, we didn't have that much time to prepare and everything. It was great seeing all of them getting ready for a great season that we hoped for and came out to be one.
Yeah, I mean, did you think at the beginning of the year, first of all, did you think that you'd even get this far into the season, number one? And number two, I mean, I'm sure your mindset was to win the section first and then hopefully get as far as you can in the finals. But did you really, is this what you thought would happen this year, or what was?
And in the preseason, we really liked our team. Thought we have a great team bond, good players and everything. But I don't know if we thought we'd make it this far, but we thought it'd be a good team.
Yeah. All right. Finally, last thing I got to ask you. Well, let's just talk about the two goals. First of all, the first one near the end of the end of the second half. You guys really needed a goal. You're down. I think you were near the top of the box there, and you just take us through what happened.
I was the top box sitting there. The ball squirted out to me. I just got it, took a touch, and shot it, and good shot, and it went in.
Yeah, you had an opening, didn't
you? I did.
Yeah, but were they making things difficult for you? I mean, in terms of their back line and whatnot.
Yes, they were. They were a very solid back line, big, physical, fast.
And I'm sure you'll see that again against Seneca. Now, on the game-winning goal in overtime, it seemed like a ball played over the top. I mean, was it just a matter of getting to it first, and once you got to it, you knew you could get that clear path and beat the keeper? The keeper was playing pretty well in the overtime as well.
Yeah, their goalie was very good, made some great saves. and it was just a great ball that my teammate threw. I saw the opening, I ran, got it, and put it away.
Yeah, I mean, it just seemed like once you got behind that back line, I mean, what is it? Is it a matter of confidence that, once you get there and you have that opening, it's, you're in the zone?
Yes. Yeah, confidence is huge there. Just you got to do like you usually do, like in practice and everything.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm looking forward to this final. Seneca Valley obviously won tonight, beating Norwin 5-1. Yeah, I know you got a great coaching staff, and they're doing their scouting reports and stuff. Obviously, do you know anything about Seneca? Do you know any of the players on the other team, or what do you know about?
I know, I think a few players because they're on my cup team, but no, I don't really know anything else.
All right. Well, tomorrow morning or tomorrow at practice, I'm training. I'm sure you're going to get you get the full scouting.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, I'll let you go. I appreciate the time tonight. Really, really great to have you on, and congrats on the 2 goals and the game winner, and good luck on Saturday. We'll be seeing you out at North Allegheny.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Take care.